Okay, welcome back to the Lounge Fitness channel. Today we're going to be looking at the periodisation plan of the program page. So this is, like I said, this is part of a series. So if you haven't seen the original the first video talking through each individual page, please go watch that. Okay, because that will give each individual page and the subsections of them pages. Please go do, because this is going to now dive into particularly the periodisation plan and how that works. The reason why we're doing this is because each element of each page has a very complex element. Being able to understand each element or breaking each element down is going to be massively useful for you. So periodisation plan is effectively a calendar control. Okay, so for example, week one. Okay, you come to a coach, or if I'm trying to program, and you go, okay, I want to get ready for a 5k in 8 weeks time. So we can reverse engineer what we do. So for example, I'm going to use Waddesdon, which is a local race to me, 5k, which is going to be on week 8. Right, it automatically populates that in, telling me what event, when event that is. I can say it's a running event, right, like so, and that will give us a little bit of context for later on. So simulation week, how many weeks before test week do you want to test your ability at the 5k? Okay, so normally for me, I'm going to say that we kind of want about 3 weeks beforehand, we're going to want a simulation week. Okay, and that automatically modifies all the training loads based on sim week. All right, taper week, how many weeks before taper do we want? About a week. We won't need much more than that. Recovery after a 5k, again, about a week. All right, and imagine this is the biggest event of your entire year. All right, so we're going to put high priority in there, and that basically tells me as a coach, okay, that we're starting to reverse engineer the plan here, where we know that Waddesdon 5k is going to be your big event of the year. It's going to be in 8 weeks time. All right, we know that the week beforehand we're going to taper. The week 5 we're going to do a simulation week to see how you're getting on. All right, so now in here we can go into coding the primary focuses, all right, which will then give us categories that we can work from. We don't really need to do that because it's already going to pull each one in, but what we do need to do that for is the weeks that are blank. So week 6, for example, we know we're going to be in competition phase, that automatically puts that in. Week 5 we're in sim week, so we don't need to worry about that. Week 4, okay, we're going to be in sports specific phase for all of these weeks, okay, on the build up. Right, and here we can then subcategory that into what type of week it is. So week 4, before the sim week, we know we want a deload week, because I'd like to program it as every 4 weeks we have a deload. Alright, and what this now does is from week 1 to week 9, I now have a system, an overall arching system that the master plans or the weekly plans are then going to pull from to modify your improvements and regressions and make sure that you hit peak fitness ready for that event. Alright, so in here I can go accumulation phases for these, so it's building up, and then in the final week we can focus on a bit of a power phase. Or we can go, okay, we want to maintain this week. We can modify and change this as much as we want, but normally this is kind of what we do. So we look at overall picture, then we slowly start bringing it back down into what your program looks like. So that's the periodisation plan. A really quick overview of how that works. Okay, what we'll do next is we'll move on to how that periodisation plan impacts the microcycle week numbers, a master sheet, and so on. Alright, so we're going to start diving into that in the next video. If you like the video, you like the format, like what we're trying to do here at Lounge Fitness, which is give you free as many resources as possible to help you overcome your fitness journey in the most cost-effective way possible, then make sure, give us a like, subscribe, and a few comments. It will really help us kind of reach the right people that need the support the most. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, when we're going to start diving into that microcycle week master sheet. We're going to skip over protocols because that's independent. That depends on what you're trying to get out of your individual body. But we're going to show you how the systems work. All right, catch you in the next one.